Welcome back, everybody, to more Love Bakudan. Here we are. Hope y'all had a good weekend. I did. I had a great weekend. Weekend's not even over yet. So let's get into it. Got everything. The day passed by in a flash as soon as Himiko and I began packing for the stay at Tokyo, and Himiko nodded. I went against the open window of Himiko's bedroom as I watched her check everything in her suitcase over, just to make sure that she had her identification, some money, clothes, so on and so forth. Outside, it was a glorious, cozy sunset once again. I leant my head against the window pane, smiling as I looked over the light that shimmered inside, pooling on Himiko's floor from the sunset. Himiko's apartment was on a slight hill, so you could see right over the horizon toward the beach area and also to the red light district. She had a beautiful view out of the window in her bedroom, and I found myself getting lost in it more than once since being here. It looks like it. I think we're good to go. Awesome, I'm excited. Are you excited? You better be. Me too, Haruka. Have you called your parents yet? Himiko's stutter came out a little more when she was nervous, but for the most part, I noticed it had lessened considerably the closer we got to one another. I smiled at her affectionately and shook my head. Nah, not yet. I want to make sure we're all set first. Oh, okay. Himiko wrung her hands together and I laughed. It's alright if you don't want to meet them just yet. I mean, that's quite the move, even for me. Are you sure? Sure, it's fine. I'd like to see them at least once before Tokyo's done and dusted, though. Phew. You were that worried? Well, of course I was. There's my partner's parents. I want to make a good impression. Himiko began to realize toward the end of her sentence that I was teasing her and pouted as she looked away. Sorry. I'll go and call them now then if you're all done packing. Haruka, did you pack your stuff yet? Didn't you pack it? No? Okay, Himiko laughed at my absent-minded behavior and shook her head. You were looking out the window for too long. I'm sorry, I figured you'd probably throw my stuff in there while you were doing yours. I could still do it. Himiko shook her head hastily, and I noticed a small pink blush on her cheeks. No, it's fine, I'll do it. You should go and call your parents. Alright. What are you up to? Nothing. I'll just be here with your clothes, alone. I narrowed my eyes with a knowing grin before I shook my head. You're a mystery wrapped in an enigma, Himiko Kurosu. Really? Sometimes I think I'm not easy to figure out. So much for me being subtle, You should know better than anyone when it comes to these sorts of things. Subtle isn't my strong suit. And I'm very glad it isn't. If you're gonna have some fun, save some for me, okay? Don't worry. I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. I laughed as Himiko grinned at me with some kind of knowing smile, knowing of what I didn't know, and walked out of the bedroom towards the phone, back out in the living room. Right, who to call? Truth be told, I actually had a few calls to make. I wanted to call my parents first and foremost, just to let them know I'd be in the area of where they were living again. Tokyo was a big place, but you could mostly get anywhere you need to go with the trains that were constantly running. In other words, visiting them wasn't going to be a problem. I was going to tell them about Himiko regardless of whether she wanted to meet them or not, but I'd let them know she wasn't ready to take that step just yet. Another call I had to make was to Yuki, as my leaving Tokyo had shaken her up the most in the first place. I wanted to at least let her know that I was doing alright, and after almost a week of me being absent from any place to actually contact me, that I was going to be coming back as well. The same reasoning for say was in my mind as well, just letting her know that this wasn't like the last time I'd be uprooted and taken to Tokyo. I was going with the woman I loved, and we were going to try and make her dream come true. The woman I loved? It felt a lot more natural to think than I was expecting. You sap, Haruka. Yeah, maybe a little. I laughed to myself as I sat down on the sofa and picked up the phone at the side and began punching in the numbers. I called my parents first, and I immediately got through to them. They were remarkably happy to hear from me, and had mentioned how I hadn't called them in over a week now. I apologized profusely, explaining everything that had been going on in a much more stripped-down version. I told them all about how the business had been doing well, and how Himiko and I had basically moved in together, that kind of thing. My parents were overjoyed to hear that, since so much was going well for me right now, and that touched my heart to hear. It was such a far cry from the reason they left Akiyama in the first place that honestly, I wasn't sure what I was expecting in return from them with all this news. I'd explained that I'd be in Tokyo starting from tomorrow, but I didn't really know what that kind of trip was going to entail. I explained about Himiko's contest, about how she'd gotten sick, and about how I'd taken care of her. I let out the little tidbit about the copious amounts of sex we were having. But who can blame me, right? My parents were elated for me and invited me over whenever I had the time. Alright, Mom, thanks. Talk to you soon, okay? Bye. Satisfied with my phone call home, I decided to make the next 2 calls, Sei and Yuki. The first person I decided to call was Sei. She was always a little easier to talk to than Yuki about these kinds of things. Don't get me wrong, Yuki was a beautiful, understanding person. You really could talk to her about anything, but when it came to things that personally affected her emotionally, she was always a little harder to get to open up. I dialed up Sei's number, placing my legs onto the couch before me, and waited as the dial tone rang in my ear. Hello? Ah, Sei, it's me. Haruka, holy shit, are you alright? Where have you been? I've been going out of my mind. Not so much for being easier to talk to. What are you talking about? Has it really been that long? Yes, you're lucky that Yuki told me you were shacking up with some other girl. I know you had a heart attack when I saw the store was closed for almost 2 weeks. Like, damn. I knew you'd either died, met a girl, or gone back to Tokyo without saying anything. This chick better be, like, out of this world hot. Rest easy, because she is hot. She's so hot I'm on fire. I heard Sei laugh at the other end of the phone and breathe a sigh of relief. Honestly, you never change, do you? Well, nice to hear from you again. Oh, Sei, she must have really been worried. I felt a little bad. I'm sorry, Mom. It won't happen again. I should think not, young lady. You bonehead, don't just not say anything for weeks at a time, okay? I won't, I promise. But Sei, oh my god, Sei. Seriously? She's drop dead gorgeous. Do you know her? Himiko Kurosu? Himiko Kurosu. Doesn't ring any bells. Where'd you even meet her? Oh, she's the cute brunette that was at the store on the opening day. Whoa, you're fucking a customer? Hey, she's not a customer anymore, thank you. She's my girlfriend. Your girlfriend? Wow, she must have gotten you good to make you actually call her that. Hey, come on. Don't go teasing me right off the bat. So, what's the deal? How's it going? Oh, man. Sei, she's just incredible, gorgeous, funny, talented, cute. The number of words I wanted to use to describe Himiko came to the tip of my tongue. And fell away with the embarrassment I felt from even thinking of saying such a thing to Sei of all people. She never let me live it down. Damn, she must be good to have you speechless. That's one way to put it. Again, though, I'm really sorry I haven't been around too much. Yeah, what gives? It's not like you to stick around a girl that long. Wow, thanks for making me feel so chivalrous. Come on, stop stalling and tell me what's been going on besides how much you dig this girl. Okay, don't forget when I say this stuff, please. Huh? What, did you guys murder someone together? Not yet. Oh, it must be serious. Well, here's the thing. I explained to Sei about the contest and just what had been going on over the course of the week. All about how I helped her out, how she'd drawn, how she got sick, and so on. And as a result, she won. Wow, is that ever impressive? Tell her I said congrats. Thanks, Sei, but the reason I was calling was because I have to go to Tokyo with her for a little bit, though. Tokyo? Yeah, it's not for long. Himiko said 3 days, but I'll be coming right back. Right. I see. Is that alright by you? Huh? Alright, not like you need my permission. No, it's not that, it's just... Listen. I paused as Sei did too, before she sighed. Haruka, I know that it was hard to see you go, but if say you're coming back within a couple of days, then I believe you're coming back within a couple of days, okay? Alright, I just didn't want you or Yuki to think I was running off again. You didn't run off in the first place, still. Your parents moved you. It's not like you had a choice. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Huh? Have you heard from Yuki recently? Yuki? Yeah, she's not been around either. Not even at her workplace. I thought you guys had eloped or something. I frowned and stroked my chin. Yuki, huh? You tried to call her? Yeah, a few times, but it was all at times she'd typically be at work or something. Also, every time someone's picked up, it feels like they've just put the receiver right back down again. Huh, so someone is there then. Sure seems like it. Why, were you planning on trying to talk to her too? Yeah, I wanted to let her know what was going on with the whole Tokyo situation. Probably smart of you to do that, okay? Well, if you get in touch with her, let me know, alright? I will. I hope she's okay. Me too. It seems like she was really at the end of her teeth with work. Tether with work. I even heard her talking about her boss in a non-murderous way, so she must be really getting used to her. Yeah, it must be taking its toll on her. Okay, I'll try to call her now. Good luck, and good luck for Tokyo, too. Hope it all goes well out there with you. Thank you, Sei. I'll let you know how it goes in a while. See you soon. See you, Haruka. Bye. I hung up the call with Sei and tapped my chin as I thought about Yuki. I've been basically missing for as long as I've been with Himeko, too. What was going on? I dialed up her number quickly into the phone and pressed the receiver to my hand. Please pick up. No answer. I felt a little worried, so I decided to call back again. Hello? I'm busy right now, but... Yuki, is that you? I heard a surprised gasp from the other end of the phone, as well as the sound of sheets. Haruka, I can't talk right now. Oh, I bet she's I bet she's with the boss now. I could hear something going on in the background, but I couldn't make it out. Yuki's voice sounded different. Happier? No? Is this a bad time? I've got... Baby, come on, put the phone down. I'm working hard to please you here, you know? What the? Is that Taru? I gotta go! Yuki! God damn it. Hanging up the phone abruptly. I looked at the phone receiver as though I had just seen what mental image was now present inside my mind, before I shook my head and exhaled. Well, nobody can say I tried to call her. Wait, why had she even answered? Guess I better let Sei know. She's shacking up with Taru. Never let her live it down. I felt baffled, but I dialed Sei's number once again. Haruka, what's up? What, did you miss me that much already? Yeah. So, I got through to Yuki. You did? So quickly? I did. So, what'd she say? Well, it's more about what she didn't say, I think. What do you mean? I laughed to myself as I couldn't quite believe what I was about to say, but I think, Taru was there? What? Yeah. You heard them? I heard some pretty suspicious sounds. I heard Taru call her baby and tell her to put the phone down, so... Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so, just be aware if you're gonna go over there anytime soon. Okay. Well, I'll see ya. Yep, bye. Hanging up the phone and laughing to myself in disbelief, I heaved myself up off the sofa and made my way back to Himeko's room. Tomorrow was another day in the grand scale of our adventures, and I found myself wondering just what it would hold in store for us. Love Bakudan.
Love Bakudan.
The following morning, I woke up with Himeko in my arms and my mind completely blank of anything other than what was going to happen today. Aw, she's still sleeping. Himeko was snoring lightly, little cute sniffles intermingled with equally as adorable noises of contentment. I grinned as I looked down at her in my embrace. She sure was a peach when she wanted to be, and spicy as hell when she needed it. I felt very lucky. All of a sudden, and looking around her bedroom too, I felt even luckier. Himeko was such an interesting woman. There was nothing more attractive, in my opinion, than a girl who had her own set of interests and values in life. Huh. Even during all the time I'd been here, I'd not looked around super hard in Himeko's room. It felt like the first time either of us could relax in a long while. The walls were pretty barren, but Himeko had shelves and shelves of just stuff. Old video games, old new manga, DVD collections, figurines, she had it all. She was clearly an avid collector, passionate about her interests. Ah, she's so cute. Stirring in my arms, I saw Himeko's gentle eyes flicker open and look up at me. As her eyes met with mine, I felt my ego swell when she gasped a little with delight at my appearance. Aw. Hey there. Haruka. Smiling up at me with great warmth, Himeko grinned and shuffled against me, and a little more she kissed my lips. Morning. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm very... Himeko paused for a moment, before she startled us both. I'm nervous. Oh my god, Tokyo, manga, things happening. Hey, deep breaths, deep breaths. Himeko looked like she was going to launch into the air from the sudden realization on her face, but I couldn't help laughing how adorable it all was. Our train is this afternoon, right? I think we need to find you a way to kill some time. Haruka, this is no time to be thinking about sex. Hey, I wasn't thinking about it for once in my life, I'll have you know. Himiko paused, stammering out a few more nervous declarations before that faded into a smile, which then became her pretty laughter. Oh, Haruka, I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm not that much of a horny idiot. Falsely pouting a little, Himiko giggled at me and I looked around her bedroom a little more. How about once we've eaten something, we play one of your old games? An old game? You mean from my retro collection? Sure, you got quite the collection, right? I didn't know you were into them. Himiko shook her head slightly as she grabbed her glasses and put them on as she spoke, peering over at the shelves before her. Well, I'm more of a collector than actually playing them. Huh? Oh yeah, I saw a news thing the other day where a vintage Super Mario Brothers game that was obviously still sealed and like rated like a 10 or whatever, sold for like over $600,000, which is like the highest value of the game to date, which is crazy. Huh. When it comes to games, I prefer first-person shooters where I don't have to think about anything, and RPGs, where you do have to think about things. And a lot of games back then were platformers and action games, so I haven't played too many of those. Ah, but the box art of these old games is lovely, isn't it? It's so vibrant and full of personality. Yeah, you just don't see that much anymore. Back when games had like full, thick color manuals, now they don't have manuals at all. It's depressing. The good old days. It's very inspirational to me. Himiko frowned, squinting at the shelf from where she held it in my arms. See something you like? Jumping out of bed reluctantly, Himiko hurried over across the floor to pull out an old pristine box and handed it to me. Here, how about this one? I looked at the box in my hands and saw the title and cute character on the front. Chef Dog. This character was a huge hit in the USA. They launched it in Seattle as a local mascot, and then they made a popular cartoon about him. And then they made a game about him in the early 90s. We didn't get many Western-made games in Japan back then, especially not ones based on Western cartoons, so... bit of an interesting release. I will say the globalization of gaming has made it a lot better in terms of getting games that we never would have gotten over here, like in the US. So, you know, for that, I guess, you know, there are definitely some good things with them, you know, with the industry being as large as it is. It's also notable for being one of the most difficult games of all time. Wow, you sure know your stuff, Himiko. Wait, what was that about being one of the most difficult games? Let's play it, Haruka. Taking the box back from me, Himiko excitedly rushed out in the living room without a word. I got the feeling she probably liked the Chef Dog character more than she was letting on. As I laughed to myself at her adorable, absent-minded actions, I got myself ready to play some old-school games with her at my side. As long as this calmed her down before a big meeting and kept her mind on the right track, it's fine by me. Eventually, after I'd gotten washed and dressed, I walked in on Himiko fiddling with the old game console. Wow, a Famo box. We really are kicking it old school today. Oh, Haruka, it's starting. Look. Himiko was showing a lot of emotion for someone who supposedly wasn't that interested in games. I chuckled as the cute Chef Dog jingle began to play and ran a hand through my hair as I looked at the screen. So he's a chef, huh? And he's a dog. Guess that's why they call him Chef Dog. Himiko laughed at me as I sat down and handed me an old, bulky controller. The controller scheme felt simple enough, but I was very bad at these kinds of games. I thought I had to actually play it. So we have to jump around Seattle's malls and get to the end without being killed. Being killed? Who wants to hurt a chef dog? Well, nobody knows, but I bet one day you'll all find out. All? Okay, I don't understand, but odd phrasing. Anyway, with controller in hand, the of us began to play together as the soft, old-style game music reached your ears. I'll admit it is kind of cute. Remarkably, I didn't do too horribly. Oh, Haruka, grab the power-up. Huh? Power-up where? There, see that big knife? You can chase the enemies with it. The dog gets a knife. Oh, he's a chef, I guess. He is a chef. How else would he chop up the ingredients? Well, when you put it like that, I suppose that makes sense. As I hopped over the various stores and plants that seemed to be endemic in Seattle's retro city, Himiko and I were having a lot of fun. I could feel that she was enjoying herself and forgetting all of her worries, at least for the time being, which was relaxing to me too. The Chef Dog character ambled across the screen thanks to my input, and we managed to beat the first boss in the game. Kinda looked like it had a bad attitude. I began to zone out a little while we were playing through, thinking about just how today would go. Kept trying to remember if we had everything together and so on. No! Oh. Before eventually. My zoning out caught up to me, and I got caught by the villain. Oh. Oh, we got so far, too. Chef Dog, why didn't you defend yourself from them with your giant knife? Ours couldn't beat yours. Oh, Haruka. Himiko and I chuckled amongst each other once the glaring and screen had finished reprimanding me. And Himiko took a deep breath as she looked at the clock behind us. Not long to go now, huh? I could see that she was feeling nervous again, but she definitely seemed calmer thanks to the virtual antics of Chef Dog. Feeling better? I am. I feel good for just distracting myself for a while. Thank you. Hey, what are dumb girlfriends for? We're dumb, silly. Chef Dog is one of the hardest games ever made. I can see why. After a few more failed attempts at Chef Dog's sadistic difficulty levels, it was time to go. But I felt a strange urge to beat the game. Why was it so hard?
Bakudan?
Because that's how games were. Think about it. They made them hard on purpose a lot of times to get you to replay them so you couldn't beat them, to get your money's worth out of them. Because a lot of those games back then could be beaten in like a couple hours tops, right? Not like today. And like, they had to be hard so people wouldn't just blow through them. Wow, it's been a little while since I've been here. Himiko and I found ourselves stood at the platform of the train station. Himiko, his hand nervously clung to my own. Yeah. You doing alright? You've been feeling a little nervous this morning. I am nervous, Haruka. I'm super nervous. You have every reason to feel confident, Himiko. You already won. Yes, but you know. I squeezed Himiko's hand in mine and stroked my thumb over her knuckles affectionately. I promise, everything's gonna be just fine. Okay, I believe you. Good, because I never lie to a girl as gorgeous as you. Hey, if you tease me today, I'll die. You weren't saying that this morning in bed. Oh, Haruka! I laughed to myself as the train began to pull in with a loud squeal of metal against the tracks. I pulled on Himiko's arm gently to walk toward the doors. Come on. The first part of your life's adventure begins here. I think you're more than enough of that for me. Aw. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'll see you all on Wednesday as we make our way to Tokyo. Hope you all had a good day. Enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, yada yada yada. You know the drill. And I'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.